Okay, man, it's hot in here. A lot going on, man.
Nah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Anyways, man, listen, Jordan, I know you're busy. I know you got a lot of things going on. But first of all, my name's Abdi. I do appreciate you for joining the Technical File
Of
Podcast.
course,
You know what I'm
of
saying?
course.
Like,
I appreciate you.
you know, if you guys don't know who Jordan Jones is, he's starred in South Central Love, sitcom Rel, and he's starring one of the best hit shows out right now called Bel-Air. And
Yeah.
yes, sir, if you guys don't know what role he plays Jazz. And if you don't know who Jazz is, then you don't know what Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is or what Bel-Air is at all. Jordan, man, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed, highly favored, and just happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I was rushing around a lot today, but besides that, all good, all gravy.
All good, all gravy, man. That's what I like to hear, man. Listen, again, I know you on like a time constraint thing, so I'm gonna try to do this
No, we
as
good now. We good now.
nah, yeah. I'm gonna throw a couple questions out there. If you can't answer, it's cool. But I really do want to know, like in the acting business and just the career alone, it's a tough business to get into. What was the greatest inspiration for you, or like who inspired you, or what inspired you to get into where you are right now?
I mean, as actors, I would say like, and not to be cliche, but like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy. Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy for like the physical comedy. Will Smith for just watching him and knowing his story that he did the Fresh Prince, and it was all like kind of on a whim, like he was an actor, and from there he kind of could get better. And him doing certain scenes in the Fresh Prince where people are like, oh, this dude can really act. And then his career taking off and just being a younger guy. I was always like a class clown, and I always was watching Fresh Prince. And I know it's funny that it would sound cliche if Fresh Prince really wasn't a lot of people's favorite show, but like definitely believe like I'm not bullshitting. Like what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
at the end of the
no,
day,
yeah.
I watched Fresh Prince growing up almost every single day. It's still
Mm-hmm.
on today. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing him and knowing his journey from a young age, I was like, I feel like I could do that. Now I'll say that I think my biggest inspiration to act though is my mother, and my mom is also an actress. Her name is Tosha Story. She's in the Oval. She's a Young and Restless, and I think that my biggest inspiration is her just because she actually didn't want me to act. She didn't want me to act because she knew the journey was tough and the road was tough. Um, and I still want to do it anyway. And I would say that acting is really hard, Like I'm talking about like getting a main role. Like people think, oh, I'm gonna come to LA, I'm gonna act, and then boom, I'm gonna be on TV immediately. That's not how it goes. Now, for me, it kind of went like that, right? So, like I'll say, like when I first started acting, within like 5 months, I was had a series regular on the Rel show. Now, between that and this, though, was probably one of my hardest times. Not like, I was going to quit or anything, but being on a show every single week, like every Sunday, to not being on TV every week, even if you're still on TV, I've been at Snowfall and certain things, like it's still different. It's
Shout
still,
out, shout out, shout out to Bo. If you
you
guys
know what I'm
don't
saying?
know,
Shout out both for Snowfall. Um, yeah, man. And I think that I say my mom is my greatest inspiration because she's the person that kept me going. And like I said, not that I was going to quit, and not that like I told her mom to quit and she kept me going in that way, but seeing my mom's journey. My mom was an actress before I was born, and then up until I was 5. Then we moved to LA from Dallas, and my dad wasn't around. Dad left the family, and so my mom had to put her acting on hold. And it's so funny how God works. When I turned not 18, when I graduated college, my mom started acting again, and then she started getting back in stuff. And so when I went through this kind of period where it's not about you too. Acting is not about you. It's just like if a part is for you, it's for you. It's not about, oh, I messed up that audition and stuff like that. That's usually not why you don't get a role. It's usually because they just have somebody else in mind. Somebody owes somebody a favor. Hollywood is Hollywood, this and that. But during my course of after being on the Rail show, and then yeah, on Snowfall and stuff like that, but it wasn't really like where I was trying to be. Um, I would always just think about my mom's journey and how she had to stop. And I was like, if my mom didn't quit, I can't quit. You know what I'm saying? My mom is the most, just the most strong, like the strongest person I genuinely know. Just by being a single mother, raising me, putting me through the best schools and not really having it, but still doing certain jobs. My mom was a substitute teacher for a while. She was motivational speaker. She did a whole bunch of stuff so she could put me through school. And so seeing my mom's journey, when there was times where I was like, man, it's just so hard. I was like, nah, I won't quit though. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's hard, like, not sometimes it's hard, but you wouldn't rather in this acting where, like, everybody who wants to be an actor or any type of entertainment, they want to do that forever. But if you're not doing it, you're kind of like, okay, like, what else do I got to do to provide? At the end of the day, I still got to put money on the table. So it was like, at the end of the day, part of me was like, okay, do I get another job? Do I, I still got to provide and pay the bills. And, I just thank God for, this opportunity that brought itself about. And, it was just for me. This opportunity was for me. So I would say that my mom motivated me to keep going no matter what.
Yeah, man, I feel that sentiment about your mom. And, for a guy who hasn't grown up with his father in his life for the most part, I totally feel where you're coming from. So the fight comes from the people you look up to the most. And you are right. The parents do come first.
Yep.
My mother was, I relate to you. Everything you just said, I relate to you. And I think a lot of people listening do relate as well.
Yeah.
You said you did grow up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just like everyone else who was born in the 90s. What developed you into the character that you play in right now? Was it watching the TV show, or was it just who you are, your nature?
Yes, that's a great question. I mean, I get this question all the time, but I mean, obviously you've seen the show, and I would say that just the writing and stuff is different too, obviously, with my jazz and, the original Jeff, DJ Jazzy Jeff. And, I even talked to him about it. And I think the best part about this is that, no, like, I didn't have to do put it this way. I wasn't in the trailer thinking, like, trying to tap into DJ Jazzy Jeff, or like, no, not at all. I mean, like, it's a drama, that was a sitcom. It's different. He doesn't get Hillary. I get Hillary, No, I'm playing.
No,
but seriously, I brought myself to the character. Of course, I think what helps is knowing the Fresh Prince, just knowing the basis of it. And subconsciously, I had jazz, in me, in my skin. But at the same time, no, I'll be completely honest. And that's what Morgan Cooper, the showrunner, and DJ Jazzy Jeff wanted me to do. They were like, dude, don't even worry about none of that. Just bring you, because what I see the character is, you already brought it, so don't change it,
Awesome.
And I was like, all right, man, like, okay, like, I'll do it. And I'm luckily people are loving the character, so I'm happy about that, and I'm just grateful, man.
That's awesome, man. How is it to work with a cast that seems to gel exceptionally when the cameras are rolling? It looks like you guys are so in sync. So I just want to know, like, how is it to have that chemistry? It just feels like every single time I watch on a Sunday or a Saturday, just feels you guys are in sync. How is it to work in an environment like that?
I think it's a privilege, truly. I was just with Jabari and Ali last night. I hang out with them all the time. Cass, Adrian, Coco, Simone, Jimmy. I'm so blessed, seriously. And I'll explain it like this. In Hollywood, there's three different things. It's like you have a job and you can work, and y'all don't have to like each other. I mean, I'm sure you've heard, like, certain movies be like, yeah, like, such didn't even like each other that whole entire movie. But you have to do your job. You do. And it's a blessing that it still comes out well if you guys don't gel or mesh. Now, there's also, that hasn't been my experience in everything that I've worked on. But I've worked on projects where it's not that we don't like each other. It's just that, like, okay, we get up, and when we're there, we have so much fun. And then we go home. Maybe one day out the week, somebody's party or something that's together. Okay, the cast is going to get together and do this. You don't have no problems with anybody at all. There's no, it might be the age difference or anything like that. And you just have fun while you're there. You go home and you hang out with your friends. Very, very normal. This right here has been so different, dog. This has been, I don't even know how Morgan casted us in knowing that we was going to be this close. I really couldn't tell you. Me and Jabari, dude, like, just like the show, how we're friends. I mean, like, I can't wait for season 2 for people to see that on screen because, dude, like we've become. I'm not gonna say like best friends or anything, but I'll say that he's like a brother for real.
That's awesome.
Ali has become a brother. Me and Simone, I just left Simone's house to come here. That's why my Uber was late.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Shout out
I
Simone.
mean, yes, dude. I mean, I think that it's incredible. I think it's incredible. And the reason why I was late is because she just got back from Pittsburgh and she gave me her keys because she wanted me to check up on her house. Like we got so close. Like you only do that with your friends.
Yeah, you guys are super
So I had
close.
to
I
go
can
over
see.
there. I had to go over there and give her keys back. Yeah, yada, and came back.
Yeah.
But regardless, everybody like Adrian, dude, he's like an uncle. Jimmy is like an uncle to me, seriously. And I really couldn't even tell you how Morgan, because we casted this over Zoom, just like this. Usually with the chemistry read, it should be me and Jabari in the same room, actually acting, getting the energy wise. And it was through the screen. And all of our auditions were through the screen. And especially with this pandemic, man, I think it's just crazy how lucky we got because even if I was good, I could have been an asshole when we got there. You know what I'm saying? No one knows, you know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah.
We could have been like, oh, just like, Prissy and whatever the case, I could have been like, a literally an asshole. And no one is. Like nobody is. And I really don't, not that I don't know how, because I've met everybody and I know everybody so well now, and we're just all good people. But it could have easily gone the other way. It could have easily gone the other way. So this set has been so easy to work on. Like, especially because we're so close. Like I always say, my mom always says, like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Facts.
Not only do I love what I do, I love the people I do it with. So, dude, like, I don't even feel like I'm working at all. I don't. Like, of course, I know I gotta learn a lot. I got it.
Yeah.
Call that work, but that's fun for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoyable to me. And I can't wait to put that on screen and, get the reviews that we've been getting. And that comes from trusting the other person, working, obviously being prepared, but also like I think the main thing is having fun, dude. Having fun and just being vulnerable on that screen. And I mean, I don't know if everybody's watched the finale, so I don't want to like spoil it.
No, I was gonna say, man, you did a great job. Listen, I think your character is just gonna be extremely pivotal going down the road. So like how they're implementing you compared to how they did in the sitcom is two different dynamics, and it's awesome to watch. So, but I'm not gonna give no spoilers. It's just
just if y'all haven't seen it, just Jazz gets serious in the in episode 10, man. And I just remember shooting that scene, and oh my God, I mean, I would just say because it was a serious scene, I can say that. And like in between scenes, so you can't like talk to each other like that because it's so emotional, So it's like, because we'll throw each other off. You saw that scene and you saw how crazy it was. We did that, but at the same time, we like was in the car, like listening to Meek Mill, like going up and they're like, okay, we're ready for you. It was like, okay, now we can tap in. Some people like need like hours to do what we did for real.
Yeah.
But I think me and Ari understand each other so much. We knew when to really tap in right there. And I mean, it's difficult. Not the other way is bad, but there's times where, you gotta be like, hey man, I can't eat lunch with y'all because I gotta tap in for the scene. I gotta really get into that because I'm getting deep. It took us like, we just needed like 5 minutes. We just needed 5 minutes. So we're like really apart. But then when they cut and they say like, new deal is okay, we shot it this way like 6-7 times or whatever. Now we gotta change the cameras. So in between those takes, we're not talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just trying to stay in the moment. But when they say new deal and we have like 20 minutes, we going crazy in the van, like, just cracking jokes and freestyling and doing stupid stuff. Yeah. And then when they say it's time, we just mesh so well, man, that like, I really can't even make this up. I don't even know how to really explain it. I'm trying to explain it. Hopefully I'm doing a good job.
No, you're doing a great job. You're doing a
I'm telling you,
job.
Man, yeah. I'm so blessed and thankful to work with this exact cast. And because of the reviews and, and ratings, and hopefully, and we got a season 2. Hopefully we can do this for seasons to come, just like the Fresh Prince, man. I really do hope so.
I think y'all gonna do great, man. That scene was deep on so many levels. I'm not even gonna get into the spoilers, but if you haven't watched it, watch it on Peacock. All right, it's streaming now. All right,
for real, streaming now.
But yeah, it seems like you got some game. Did you used to, for the folks who watched a couple of episodes, you and Jabari went one-on-one. You used to play ball back then.
I was busting his ass too.
You were,
busting his ass.
Yeah.
Really?
Did you play basketball high school, collegiate level at all?
I did. Well, I played basketball in high school.
Mm,
In in college, I didn't play for the team,
mm,
but I was always like, but I played every day in the rec. Like after you know after classes, we all go hoop almost like every day. Honestly, almost every day.
yeah.
Besides maybe like the weekends, but like every Monday through Friday, we was hooping Monday through Friday. And I'll say that I grew up with a lot of people that ended up playing D1 or ended up going to the pros or, overseas. So I always had that game where I can like, I'm not as good as them, but when I play people who's not, I'm better than him. So a lot of my homies play D1 and I get my ass bust on the court. And I'm like, and also like they're pros. So like, even if I'm opening, swing them up right back. Like, what are you talking about? Why am I shooting?
Yeah.
But then when I'm playing against like my homies and stuff, like, that play a little bit or whatever, and they're like, yo, come to this run. I'm getting 30. I'm really working out. I'm like, so yeah, I did hoop growing up, and like my best friend played D1 for Arizona. So
That's awesome.
and his brother also played D1 for Arizona. So like
So
we hoop
it's
all the time.
It's a whole Wildcat family they got over there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I grew up hooping, love the game, man. I feel bad for our Lakers right now, but we'll get this.
Man.
This too shall pass.
Let's not get into the Lakers right now. Maybe next year. Y'all got rid of the coach already, so that's all that matters. Already.
I saw it this morning. I was like,
who's next? Who's next? That's what we want to know. Not Russ, right?
Look, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll say this about the Lakers. I'll say that at the end of the day, I mean, there's two sides. I mean, like, love Russell Westbrook, LA native. That's my dog for real. He knows that there's like certain games he wasn't playing well. He could have done better. I mean, that's just how life goes. You have bad games. He's allowed to have bad games. He's allowed to have bad shooting nights. That's what happens in the game.
Yeah.
For real. We all know he's a Hall of Famer. He's stamped. I just personally don't know how well they gel together. I've seen Russell Westbrook be the MVP, but I think that like it takes. When you're used to being like the guy with the ball 24/7 and you make all the plays, you make all the assists, you make all the points, you average a triple-double, you get all the rebounds, and somebody else who like technically, I'm not like shooting on Russ, but technically like, let's be real, like LeBron is better than, like LeBron is, one of the greatest of all time. I'm a Kobe fan. Kobe to me is the GOAT. Yeah. It goes Jordan 1A, Kobe 1B, Bron. To me, that's how it goes.
All right.
I think Kobe just remixed Jordan.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's just me. People who put Bron first got it, but we're talking about those three. Bron does the same triple-double king too, and he's like the master of this team, the GM, the guy. He's the guy. Yeah. He averaged 30 and he's 49. Like, bro. So I think it takes a lot for you to do what you've been doing all your career and to kind of change that play off the ball. Now you're in the corner spotting up. You never had to do this. Had to do this. So I think that's a lot too. Bron said he wants to play with Russell Westbrook. I don't know if he's saving face or whatever the case is. I think that he could be telling the truth. I personally, as a fan, didn't see them gel together. And I just wish that AD was just healthy. I mean, people try to clown AD. They're like, man, this boy made out of glass. Bro, at the end of the day, do you think he want to be hurt? Like,
no.
What I'm saying? People are like, man, he always hurt me. That's what the guy. Every time I see him, he hurt. Like, if you think that he doesn't kill himself over this, like, dude, every time we're getting hurt. So, I mean, like, if he was healthy and they actually played together, like, they were saying something that they had more starting lineups than wins this season.
Yep.
So I'm like, bro, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not an excuse, but that's just the truth, bro. I mean, no one has more starting lineups than wins. Yeah. So clearly we just couldn't get it together this season. I don't know what's gonna happen next season, but I do know people gonna be gone.
At least you're honest about it. We'll see though. We'll see what happens next year. But did you ever see, reverting back to the, Bel-Air and acting side? Yeah. I mean, you have a great shot at being an analyst, by the way. Just saying. If you ever want to get into analyzing basketball.
I like hearing that. Yeah. I like hearing that.
Yeah, just tap into that if you ever have the time. But yeah, did you ever see yourself being in a role that so many people knew about, whether they grew up in the 90s or even the younger generation today with social media? Has it hit you that your role that you're playing has such an effect on viewers and watches?
I think that it has hit me. I'll say that it hit me. I think maybe episode 4. Um, and that's only because like when you're acting, I mean, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a job, right? So I'm just trying to get on TV any way I can. So I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried about, but it wasn't like I was at a point where I started and like I could be like, oh, I want to do a role. Like it's so iconic. It wasn't like that. I just happened to be good for this role, and the rest is history. But after the first couple episodes and going on Twitter and seeing just the reviews on my character, the majority of it is just all great. The only thing people say bad about me is that like I'm short compared to Hillary. But then also, I also had I like kind of went viral. I think I had like 7,000 likes, and I kind of clapped back at somebody because I'll talk to people back on Twitter when they talk trash.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't worry about hype when you so smooth like me though. And like it went crazy because more people, like a lot of people don't care about that, but I saw that. But that's like, to say that that's the worst thing I've heard about my character is a blessing. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm not even gonna put that on me. Like I don't write the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, improv and stuff like that. And like, you know, certain lines, like, yeah, I make up and all that stuff. But like the way my character is and his trajectory and his arc, that's what they wanted. So I'm just blessed to be, you know, somebody that everybody likes and is comparing me to the original. Even like, you know, shout out DJ Jazzy Jeff, but a lot of people say they like me more.
I mean, shoot, like my sister say this one's better than the previous one.
People have to, you know, people have to pick, but the fact that even if one person said that, I'm like, dude, what? Like, I watched Fresh Prince my whole entire life, and I love DJ Jazzy Jeff. And you're saying that on this one, you like me more than, like, I don't even know what to say, man. And, you know, always humble and everything. I'm just grateful that I get to play that part. But I think that being an iconic character that everybody's looking for, and, you know, this guy is like kind of like, you know, I always say this, I'm like Will's Jiminy Cricket. And I'm like, I'm always giving people wisdom, I'm giving Hillary wisdom and, you know, all this stuff. And I'm just like, man, the fact that so many people like me, man, you know, you don't ask for that. You really just ask for opportunity. And then on top of that, just the cherry on top is the fact that, hey, man, you already stepped into a character that people already liked. And in a way, sometimes they said that, hey, you elevated it for it. But I think that has a lot to do with it being a drama too, because there's more substance. You know, I'll say this with the original, you know, we all know sitcoms, so we don't ask so many questions because it's a sitcom. So when DJ Jazzy Jeff popped up on Fresh Prince, no one was like, okay, what's his backstory? And what? Like, no one's gonna ask that. It's a sitcom, it's funny. We also knew that Will and DJ Jazzy Jeff were best friends before, so you're not asking that. But now you see where I come from, I'm from Compton and like all this stuff, and just the way that I navigate, it just, because it is a drama, it has to have more substance. And I think because more substance is more information and more, you know, I get more ways to kind of judge, you know, like who this person is or like, you know, his character arc. So I think that, like I said, I mean, it's a blessing to be a part of this, but I wasn't even thinking about that at first. And then once I went to Twitter and everyone like, oh my God, I love jazz so much. Oh my God, jazz, you don't need to put jazz anymore. Yeah, jazz. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I just go up there, do my job, have fun, and just see how it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So
again,
I'm just blessed, for real.
Yeah, you did a great job tapping into something that you're already good at. So again, I'm just gonna give you my flowers along the interview, but like that's probably why they're relating so much to this jazz, is because a lot of the people are like you know? Yeah. So again, wonderful job. I got a few quick hitters for you, all right? Favorite cast member on Bel-Air?
Come on, bro. That's a setup question.
Hey, we all got our favorites, bro.
You know what? I will say this. I'll say this. Favorite, not as in who I hang out with the most. I'm not gonna do that. But the person that always like surprises me and obviously just a great person, but like person surprises me with like humor, comedy, like saying just stuff that she says is funny. I'm just like, what? Like excited to see what she'll do all day is Cassie. Like Cassie is a tremendous actress. And as a young actor, when it comes to, obviously I look up to Jabari Ali, everybody challenges me, but you know, as people who are seasoned actors, like, you know, forever, they've been in this business for years, like way longer than me, Jabari Ali, Simone. They're people like to look up to, and I enjoy watching like Uncle Phil, Viv, Jimmy, specifically just because that when I get that age, I want to be that good. And the thing I love about Cass is that her character, and she's beautiful on the show, and she's relentless, and she wants to take back up and her painting. And I would say this: she don't act like that though. Like in real life, she she is like a jokester, like a comedian. Like she actually used to do stand-up comedy, and people don't know this.
Wow.
And it's so funny. So I think that I wouldn't say favorite because I can't say favorite, but I'll say like the person that I'm so interested in seeing on set all the time is Cassie.
Awesome.
Cassandra Freeman.
I wasn't expecting that answer coming from you, but that's why I asked it. So, favorite album out right now?
Oh, you know what's crazy? Okay, I'm a big Drake fan. I gotta put that on every interview. Every time they ask me about music, I say Drake. Drake, the GOAT. I don't want to hear it. People are like, oh, get off him. No, I won't. And I don't care. I don't get embarrassed. Nothing. Drake. But right now, 7220 by Lil Durk. I don't know why I listen to it every day. It's something about when you really hood, like when you really are from the trenches, like for real, but you have this pain and you can hear it in your music, even though I don't relate because I didn't grow up in the trenches and I wasn't killing people, whatever the case is, or catching those cases, whatever. You can hear it in his music, and he's very like melodic, and he sings and he talks about real stuff, and you can tell that he's not lying about what he's talking about. And I think that is what I relate to most. I think Drake just as an artist just comes out with hit after hit after hit. Yeah. And I think that Lil Durk right now, this last album, I don't know why, but I just was like, oh, this dude is really spinning. He's spinning from his soul. Thanks. I'll say too, my favorite artist is Kevin Gates, and people are like, Kevin Gates. Interesting. But it's the same reason. It's because no matter what he's talking about, even if I can relate to it, I can relate to a lot of stuff he's talking about, but on top of that, he's so brutally honest that you respect it.
Interesting. That's I'm a big
Drake fan. Crazy stuff out. You like,
I'm a big Drake fan, so I was shocked how you have that balance of Kevin Gates,
Drake,
and then Drake. So
those are my favorite too. Jabari thinks I'm insane. He thinks I'm insane. He's like, you're Ali. Oh, Ali's like the biggest like music guru. Yeah. I say Kevin Gates and Drake, and he's just like, bro, shut up. We don't even talk about it. Because Ali and Jabari do this thing, and Simone too. Well, they'll tell you about a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, just so you know, I don't know who those artists are. Wow. Like they know everybody. So when I say Drake, not that they don't like Drake, but they're just like, broaden yourself. Broaden yourself and stop just talking about Drake. And I'll go, no. No.
You're adamant.
It's Drake. Yeah. Drake, I don't want to hear it.
I feel you. I say the same thing sometimes too. But hey, shoe you could wear to any function.
Ones.
The ones, yes.
The ones are dunks.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
People think these the pandas, but you look closely, they're the bandana Jones. I got some exclusive or something.
Yep. You could wear those to any function.
Ones or dunks, you can wear with a suit. Yep. Done. Once. Done.
Facts. Any color, right?
Any color. Yep. I just got some Safari Jones. They're like, both are different, but it's like a leopard on it. I'm going to Coachella, so I copped those the other day. Yep. Crazy.
Yep. I agree with you. Ones you can wear anywhere, anytime.
And all the Travis Scotts. And of course, you got to have like the bread ones. I got the blues. Like, dude, ones you can wear with anything, anywhere.
Facts. So, all that being said, Jordan, what's next for you? We know you're working on season 2 right now, but what's next?
Hey, right now there's a lot of not a lot of stuff, but a couple of projects I'm working on, but it's kind of classified as of right now. But just be on the lookout, man. I mean, if you haven't, follow me on Instagram at Jordan L. Jones, and on Twitter, follow me at Jordan L. Jones _. Yes, and I'll keep everybody updated. But yeah, I got a couple things on the way, man.
Yep. And where can they watch the Bel-Air at?
Oh, you already know, man. You can watch Bel-Air. All episodes are out right now. Stream it right now. Go to your TV, and if you don't have it, download Peacock, man. Peacock is starting to boom too.
I think they're giving out a free month trial too.
I think so too. Yeah. I think the way it is like Peacock is free and you can watch the first episode, but then you have to get like premium plus to watch the rest. So they'll give you a little teaser, give you a little taste.
It's worth it though.
It is worth it for sure. Yeah. The show is good, y'all. And I'll say this too. lastly, I think that what I'm also so thankful for is there's a lot of times you're on TV and it's all great because it kind of like all pays the same in a way, like depending on the role. Like if you're a star here or a star there, probably paying around the same. But there's sometimes where like you're in stuff that's like not that good, you know? And that's okay. Like, you know, it's okay. You know, at the end of the day, like, it's a job. But I think the best part about this is that there's certain stuff that my friends and family will be like, ooh, I'm watching you on this show. And then once I get off the screen, they like turn it off. And the opposite is right now where like I got family that hit me up and be like, bro, I was watching Bel-Air, man. I forgot she was in it. Honestly. It was like, bro, this is so good. You popped up on the screen. I was like, oh, shit, that's my nephew.
Yeah,
oh, so
that's dope. That's
just, I would rather that than people be like, oh yeah, my boy on the screen. Look, okay, that's it. We turn off now.
Yeah. I feel you.
You know, so this has just been a blessing to work on something that's so good and something that people literally said we couldn't do. We got so much backlash for this. And I even, quick story, I turned the role down. I turned it down when I first got it because I didn't have any information. And my manager was like, yo, we got this audition to play Jazz in the new Fresh Prince. And I said, absolutely not. because I'm like, because that's all I heard, Jazz in the new Fresh Prince. I said, for what? What are we like, what? Are we gonna do a comedy and have to do the same type of episodes and stuff? Turn it down. He was like, dude, just give me an answer by tomorrow, read the script. Read the script. I said, oh yeah, I'm doing this.
Yep.
I'm doing this. This is different. The characters are the same and small little tidbits are the same, but this is completely revamped. I don't even like calling it a reboot. When people call it the Fresh Prince reboot, it doesn't make me mad, but I'm like, it's so not a reboot.
Nah, it's a whole different, it's a drama.
It's a revamp.
Yeah.
It's so for people to want to hate on it. People wanted to hate on it. They're like, I'm gonna get Peacock just so I can review and be like, this is terrible. I knew it was gonna be terrible. And for the trailer to drop, and I remember when the trailer dropped, I had niggas call me, bro, I did not know this was gonna be like this, bro. Like, you know, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I knew he was doing it for New Fresh Prince, but I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this, bro, because they might butcher it for no reason. Seeing the tone and even the cinematography, how it's like each episode is like a movie.
Yeah.
And just the drama in it and all this, and like, you know, instead of like one little fight, my mom got it's like that one little fight was a crazy thing. This mom it wasn't just like you moving with your no, you're moving because I'm scared for your life, you know. So everything dramatized, and people thought that we couldn't do this. Morgan said that when we shot the last scene of the finale, like after this, we hugged each other, and he just whispered in my ear. He was like, "Motherfuckers told me I couldn't do this."
Look at you now.
I was like, man, that's so crazy for it to be so good, honestly. And I'm not just saying that. That's just what the people are saying. You know what I'm saying? And I had a tweet where I said, people want to know what we would do if Bel-Air didn't do well. And then I put a GIF under of Kanye being like, I guess we'll never know.
That's great.
But it was crazy. Yeah, it's on my Twitter right now.
That's great.
It was crazy.
Check that out.
Yeah, man. And I'm just so glad this is good. And the people that wanted to hate on it will say that, man, I want to hate on it, but now it's me and my kids' favorite show. We watch it every day. And I'm like, man, that's crazy to prove people wrong.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm a big Power fan, right?
Me too.
They got a lot of, you know, I'm watching Force right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I would hold Force off to watch Bel-Air. No joke. Even Snowfall. I was
gonna say, what about Snowfall? Don't lie.
Even Snowfall, man, because y'all be putting it out on Thursdays on Peacock. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this before I watch anything else. That's how
love, man. It's Snowfall, bro. I watch Power, Snowfall, my favorite show.
Yeah, nah.
Besides Bel-Air,
yeah. Hey, man, Jordan, man, I really do appreciate you for getting on Technical Foul Podcast, man. Again, giving you your flowers. You did an amazing job, and I hope to see more of you. I know we're all going to see more of you do great things on Bel-Air, and hopefully it never ends. And there's like 10 seasons, and
hopefully, man, hopefully. Yeah. And now Will got grandkids.
Yeah. Oh man, so let's just keep going and going.
Yeah, I got a family of 8. You know, hopefully we just keep going. Season 10. You know, I'm old by then.
Nah, you good. Stay young. Stay young. Nah, but yeah, bro. I appreciate you for getting on, man. I hope everything's all right, and I do hope you have a good weekend.
Hey, man. I appreciate you for having me seriously, man. And it's great just being able to talk freely like this. Seriously, I love it.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you again. Have a good one, man. Jordan Jones, y'all know where to follow him. Watch the show on Bel-Air. Peace.
Peace, y'all.